Welcome back. This is number 6 in the series of videos of command line sessions where we set up a VAMDC Data Node. We looked at the model and the dictionaries last, so now let's put it all together in the query function. This is a custom function that you need to write that gets into as an input a prepared object of the SQL query that comes in. You can use this convenience function to turn it into a queue object that Django understands that can be used directly on filtering from the models. You don't need to fully understand what is happening behind the scenes here. Simply be aware that you can use the input here on the filter method of your model objects. So simply calling filter with this object on your transition model will give you the list of transitions that match the current query here. Now you want to figure out, in the example that we're running here of a node that has atomic data with states and transitions, you want to figure out the corresponding species and states for this for these transitions, because the transitions alone are not enough. So you want to filter the state model here where the primary keys, namely the state IDs, are in the list of transition are in the list that is returned if you ask your transitions object that was just created for all the upstate IDs and the low state IDs. So from this transitions model you can ask simply, give me all the state IDs that you have here on the selected transitions. And you can then filter the states by these, and the same for the species here. So you can, in one line, figure out the corresponding states and species for transitions, and then you can, in the return, what you return is a dictionary where you connect your objects to keywords that are that classify them, so that the XML generator that receives this information understands, okay, I have to loop over these transitions in the part where I create the XML for transitions, for example. This is all documented in detail in the text documentation. What we also add in the return is header information. For example, we can, in the keyword count radiative that gets returned in queries with the HTTP headers, we just run the count function on the transitions object that we got up here, and it will just return the number of how many there are. And the same for the species. And this is basically all that is to it. Of course, in detail, this query function can become more complicated and treat special cases. So whatever you want to do in treating queries and assembling the output, this is where you do it. So you have all the freedom that you need here to do customizations or treat your data in some way before you return them, or whatever you want to do. This was just a simple example. And that's all for now. Note this was not all. There is a small error in what I just said. Let's have a look at this. What we did here was return the states separate from the species. That is not what the XML generator wants. So this line here is wrong. We need to attach the states to each species. How this is done in detail takes a little more, a few more lines of code. There is a comprehensive example for this in the example node, which documents in detail each step for that. And I refer you to there if you want to apply this in this example. Okay, now we're done for this tutorial.